Ports are the growth engine of the nation. India has a coastline of about 7,517 kilometers. Around 95% of India's trading is done through maritime transport. To make the optimum use of India's long coastline, the Government of India has embarked on the ambitious Sagarmala program to promote port-led development in the country. The Indian Port, Rail and Ropeway Corporation Limited, IPRCL, is a first-of-its-kind joint venture company between 11 major ports and Rail Vikas Nigam Limited under the Ministry of Shipping. Incorporated with a vision to emerge as an efficient rail infrastructure service provider company with the best global project management, operations and maintenance practices to bring down the unit logistic cost to the best in the world.
देश को 7,500 किलोमीटर समुद्र तट मिला है। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने पोर्ट लेड डेवलपमेंट के लिए बात कही थी और मेक इन इंडिया के लिए भी बात कही थी। उसको चरितार्थ करने के लिए पोर्ट में इंटरनल रेल कनेक्टिविटी को सुनिश्चित करने के लिए और कार्गो इवैक्यूएशन बहुत स्पीड से हो सके, इसलिए इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का गठन किया गया। इंडियन पोर्ट रेल एंड रोपवे कॉर्पोरेशन लिमिटेड ने उसके लिए एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण काम किया है। लास्ट 3 साल में 5,000 करोड़ का प्रोजेक्ट रन कर रहे हैं। इस कॉर्पोरेशन के माध्यम से पोर्ट में पोर्ट लेड डेवलपमेंट सुनिश्चित हो रहा है। इस कॉर्पोरेशन के माध्यम से रेल कनेक्टिविटी इंटरलैंड और रेल कनेक्टिविटी इंटरपोर्ट में डेवलप हो रही है। इस पोर्ट के माध्यम से हाईटेक रोपवे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी बनाया जा रहा है। इस दृष्टि से इस कॉर्पोरेशन का एक महत्व है।
IPRCL has the core competence in designing, developing, constructing, operating and maintaining an effective, efficient and competitive rail evacuation system to ports by creating last mile connectivity, which reduces the unit cost of transport to the port users. Modernization of rail infrastructure of ports and managing the internal port railway system. Value-added services such as preparation of siding agreements, land management system and various studies including rationalization of port rail system and making business plans for each port with last mile connectivity on both rail and road. IPRCL ensures quick evacuation of cargo and has undertaken various port rail development works including replacement of old railway infrastructure with modern railway system, construction of additional handling lines with in-motion way bridge, construction of heavy-duty loading and unloading platforms, construction of dry ports, providing rail connectivity to the ports, transaction advisory for estate management to ports, and doubling of existing single rail line connecting ports, etc. Leveraging latest drone and DGPS-based survey technologies with web-based application, Kolkata Port Trust is being facilitated for better management and gainful monetization of their estate. Mandated to take up multimodal transportation infrastructure projects, including ropeways, IPRCL has built up competence and capacity to offer various services like preparation of feasibility report, DPR, bid process management and PMC for ropeways projects, and is presently dealing with important ropeway projects like Haji Bandar Elephanta Ropeway in Mumbai, 2 ropeway projects in the state of Manipur, and Kanyakumari Ropeway project, etc. With the commitment to use state-of-the-art technology in not only the infrastructure construction but in overall management of projects through its life cycle, IPRCL has leveraged latest technology to monitor and control the progress of various projects. Spread across the country on real-time basis, special web-based application is extensively used.
IPRCL, Indian Port Rail and Ropeway Corporation Limited, is mandated to provide efficient rail evacuation systems to major and non-major ports by enhancing last mile connectivity and modernizing internal rail infrastructure. IPRCL will also add value to rail operations and maintenance in ports. This will improve cargo handling efficiency of ports substantially. IPRCL has also added a new vertical of ropeways from the year 2017-18. At IPRCL, we are committed to deliver projects within time and cost by utilizing modern project management tools.
The financial profile of the company is characterized by healthy profitability and a comfortable liquidity position. The incremental business model during the initial 3 fiscal years ended March 31st, 2018 contributed significantly to the financial strength. And profit after tax
यह कॉरपोरेशन सागरमाला योजना को बेहतर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के लिए एक महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका अदा करेगा और मेक इन इंडिया और पोर्ट लेड डेवलपमेंट को बढ़ावा देने के लिए भी इस कॉरपोरेशन की महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका है।
IPRCL, providing seamless connectivity.
The Indian Ocean has vital sea lanes of communication crisscrossing it, feeding Asia's largest economies. It literally connects the east to the west.
India has a rich maritime heritage, and the earliest reference to the maritime activities is contained in the Rig Veda. A study of the country's maritime history reveals that the Indian subcontinent exercised supremacy over the Indian Ocean from very early times. Indians took to the sea for trade and commerce rather than political ends. Gujarat's vision is to develop its state in a responsible, inclusive and sustainable manner, while making it the foremost destination for tourism in India. Having the longest coastline of mainland India, it is a major contributor to the India's rich maritime heritage.
Lothal, located in present-day Indian state of Gujarat, was the southernmost port town of Indus Valley civilization. It is believed to be the oldest man-made dockyard in history. It was a vital and thriving trade center of ancient times and hence regarded as ancient India's gateway to the Western world.
With its rich heritage, Lothal makes for the perfect location for India's first national maritime heritage complex.
The site for NMHC is located at Lothal in Gujarat. It is at a distance of about 85 kilometers from Ahmedabad and within driving distances of Vadodara and Rajkot. The upcoming international airport at Dholera will help in establishing the NMHC as an international destination. The site is situated around 5 kilometers north of Bhogavo River, with Saragwala in Utelia villages to its east and west. That the site lies in the floodplain of Bhogavo River will play an important role in the master plan design of this project. The ASI site of Lothal is about 1.5 kilometers from our site. As a part of our proposal, we would like to propose a direct connectivity from the archaeological site to us via roadways or waterways. This will ensure that the heritage site of Lothal will gain from tourists visiting the NMHC and garner its due importance. State highway connecting neighboring villages divides our site into north plot 110 acres and south plot 256 acres. There is also an existing non-perennial stream running through the site from north to south.
Being 2.5 kilometers at its maximum length and almost a kilometer in width, the NMHC complex compares in scale and size to the Central Vista in Delhi and the Louvre Museum complex in Paris. Both arguably are very important sites in their respective nation. One of the major concerns with the site was that it lies in the floodplain of Bhugavu River. This had to be taken into consideration while master planning a project of such national importance.
The Harappans were masters of water management and renowned for their sophisticated water supply and drainage systems.
It is to be noted that Lothal is widely regarded as one of the first victims of climate change.
Following decline in rainfall, drying up of local rivers, and changing weather patterns, which probably led to migration of entire settlements. If one observes Harappan sites like Dholavira, one can find excellent water conservation and management system, pointing towards start of the monsoonal decline. We took our learnings from the Indus Valley town planning principles and let it guide our design. The citadel, situated at the highest point of the site, would house the most important buildings and generally be fortified. The middle town and lower town would contain the remaining part of the town based on hierarchy of spaces. Here on our site, the National Maritime Museum will be our citadel. The middle town will include the Central Bagicha and Maritime Institute. The lower town will consist of amusement park, theme park, eco resort, the Museotel and staff quarter.
One must note that, contrary to the original proposal of filling the site with about 4-meter landfill, our design will ensure that more than 50% of the land area remains at natural ground level.
This will help in retaining the natural ecosystem of the site and creating water holding plains to deal with flooding scenarios. Efficient water management strategy will ensure that the existing stream is rerouted in the form of canals running around the site. These canals shall be used as recreational waterways connecting the various functions on the site.
The Central Bagicha will be an urban solution to the proposed tourist destination of NMHC, which is envisaged to have a footfall of up to 25,000 people a day. The elevated ring road is planned to ease the traffic and create a grand entrance drop-off, announcing the project. At the lower level, a bagicha of 150 meters dia is designed as a large space for gathering of locals, staff, etc. It will also act as a pedestrian connection between the north and south blocks. The design of the museum is inspired by the Harappan citadel with fortified walls. The use of rammed earth as a construction material shall evoke the feeling of one's presence in the excavated ruins of the old Harappan towns. The presence of a water tank in the middle of the museum is stimulated by the Harappan Great Bath. The museum circulation happens at the lower level and shall remind one of being submerged in the rich heritage of Indian maritime. The galleries will be carefully curated and will demonstrate the timeline and legacy of Indian maritime with maps, displays, artifacts, and replicas of ships.
The National Maritime Museum has to find its place in a unique, historic, and spatial context between one of the world's most ancient dockyard towns at Lothal and a new ambitious tourist and cultural center. This is the context in which the museum wants to prove itself with an understanding of the character of the region and especially the heritage of Indus Valley civilization. The Lothal town is located in the heart of museum complex, surrounded by water.
It will replicate the ancient houses, streets and markets of Indus Valley settlements, reminding visitors of how life was in the Lothal town. The vision for NMHC is not only to celebrate the heritage of Indian maritime, but also to develop as a tourist destination with content for people of all age groups from different walks of life. Besides the Maritime Museum, the project shall include a maritime and Harappan-based theme park and amusement park for entertainment and adventure enthusiasts.
Maritime-themed eco-resorts will provide for a unique stay option for visitors and will aim to instill a sustainable way of living amongst the residents. The unique Museotel will also accommodate tourists visiting the complex in the form of a museum-themed hotel. With the efficient waterway connectivity, the tourists can travel from their hotel or resort at the south plot to the museum in the north plot. They will arrive at the local jetty and proceed to enjoy the various activities at the museum, the IMAX, or the sound and light show at the central courtyard.
The sustainable vision for the project is to go beyond net zero and aim for a carbon neutral and regenerative design. To achieve this, the design will ensure this through education, net zero and high comfort design, social inclusiveness, ecological restoration, and user experience.
The National Maritime Heritage Complex at Lothal represents the true celebration of Indian maritime and the heritage of Indus Valley civilization. It will create a new landmark for the people of the country and the entire world.
Port of Visakhapatnam is one of the leading major ports of India. The port started in 1933, transformed itself into a mega major port with the capacity to handle more than 125 million tons per annum. The port owns and operates a railway network of about 170 kilometers. This large railway network is posing hindrance for the smooth flow of road traffic within port area due to multiple level crossings. Visakhapatnam Port Trust has decided to segregate the road and rail traffic by introducing an elevated road network to eliminate most of the level crossings. This will greatly reduce traffic congestions on road within port area and also ensure speedy evacuation of cargo with manifold increase in safety. VPT has awarded the consultancy services for preparation of DPR for the work to Indian Port Rail and Ropeway Corporation Limited. The flyover will ensure smooth evacuation of cargo as it eliminates 11 level crossings which are hindrance to free flow of traffic, avoids roads in the city limits for outbound cargo and reduces traffic congestion and pollution. The project starts at RFID gate located near STP Pond, then crosses the railway line going to Nalco at chainage 0+423. The elevated corridor commences from chainage 0+138. An up gradient of 3.3% provided to achieve the required vertical clearance at the ROB. The alignment then takes a right turn on elevated corridor and crosses the compound wall of Tina Godowns area and descends to ground level to join the rotary at chainage 0+837 near entry of WQ7 and WQ8 berths. Here, It takes a left turn about 90 degrees and runs at ground level up to chainage 0+918. From this chainage, viaduct starts to cross two existing culverts, each of 20 meter span. From chainage 1+200, the elevated corridor passes through the vacant land between footpath of existing road and compound wall of VSPL. Up to chainage 1+400, there are 3 ROBs at chainage 1+199, chainage 1+290 and chainage 1+381. An elevated T-junction is provided at chainage 1+393 to provide access ramp 1 to EQ7 RFID gate. The main carriageway on elevated corridor then continues straight and crosses railway line as S4 conveyor is crossing the alignment above at chainage 1+762. The alignment descends from chainage 1+590 onwards to provide the requisite vertical clearance below the conveyor. A rotary is proposed at chainage 1+736 to provide access to ramp 2 leading to Sale Road, ramp 3 leading to new CPCR Road, and the main carriageway ascends from chainage 1+790 at 4% gradient to ensure requisite vertical clearance at ROB to accommodate RFID gate on elevated corridor. The main carriageway section is widened to achieve a width of 25 meters carriageway and continues with the same width and then tapers down to main carriageway section width from chainage 2+100. The main carriageway branches into 2-1. Ramp 4 is provided on left side to join the existing service road 2. The main carriageway continues on elevated corridor to meet the existing flyover near Convent Junction at chainage 2+401. The ramp is meant only for the outgoing traffic from BPT towards Convent Junction, while the main carriageway is only for incoming traffic. That is, both are for one-way traffic. Salient features of proposed flyover. The total cost of project is Rs 240.70 crore. Construction period is 24 months.